Raise your right hand.
Nice.
Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of law or competition? State your name, swear your last name to the record.
Well, it shows.
You may proceed.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Dr. Dunne, what are your qualifications to speak to us about conduct today?
I have a PhD from UC Berkeley in microbiology and a specialization in oncology, which is study.
And do you have any more hands-on experience with mushrooms?
Yes, I work with the group that offers foraging classes in Florida.
Could you tell the court today what heartstopper mushrooms are?
Heartstoppers are very deadly. They're a poisonous mushroom.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Dr. Dunne, I'm showing you what has been marked as Exhibit D. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
Could you tell the court what Exhibit D represents?
It shows the heartstopper mushroom and the butter mushroom.
Could you identify for the court which mushroom is the heartstopper and which mushroom is the butter?
Yes.
Counsel, move around so that we can see your face.
The butter mushroom is the one that contains the animals. That was the first.
Okay, but we're looking at a picture, so left, right. So say, and as Tony's saying, you could get up, since
Yeah.
they can bring it up to you, they're gonna be smaller than this, they can bring it closer to you, but you might be allowed to get up out of this chair by the judge, so you can walk up to it, you can point, okay? So the mushroom on the left, pointing, is the heartstopper, the mushroom on the right in the photograph is the butter mushroom.
Would you say Exhibit D fairly and accurately represents the heartstopper and butter mushroom?
Yes.
Your Honor, the defense moves that Exhibit D be received into evidence.
It'll be received.
Could you point out some of the differences between the two mushrooms?
Well, the butter mushroom includes the animals, while the heartstopper mushroom doesn't necessarily possess one.
And are these differences always there?
No, not always. The butter mushroom can sometimes use the animals when hit.
And are the differences obvious?
No, it's not.
How difficult is it to differentiate the two mushrooms without any expertise?
It's very difficult. Even experts can sometimes get confused.
And when foraging for mushrooms, are people looking for them from the side as shown in Exhibit D?
No, but you have to put them on the top.
And I'd like to ask you a couple questions about mushrooms and their spores. Could you explain to the court how spores travel?
Spores can be traveled in many ways, by wind, water, animals, insects, and they easily stick on the buildings.
And are there other edible mushrooms that may grow around the heartstopper?
Yes, the butter mushroom.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Ross?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Dewey, the heartstopper mushroom is extremely poisonous, correct?
Yes.
Could even a small bite kill a person?
Yes.
You mentioned in the testimony that heartstopper mushrooms are marked on the website iForge, right?
No, I did not testify.
I didn't hear the answer.
You mentioned
I
that-
didn't hear the answer.
Oh,
I said no, I did not testify.
Thank you.
Okay, so change the phraseology, okay? In your deposition or in your statement, okay?
Oh, yeah,
In your statement, okay, because they didn't ask about that, okay?
It's a good answer.
Okay? But that would be a great answer. It's like the other day when they said, oh, I'm asking Haley, okay?
Oh, yeah, I did answer.
What's this picture, Exhibit C, what does it show? It says, I don't know where it is, 'cause I never saw it before.
I did say in your testimony.
Right, and her reply was, I did not testify to that, meaning she's talking about, I answered questions right now. You wanna use the word statement, okay, cause that we can
In your
rely on.
statement, in your report,
Yeah, and this is the statement of the
Mhm.
expert, okay? And getting back to, the etiquette issue, this is Dr. Dunne,
Okay.
okay, not Ms. Dunne, Dr. Dunne.
You mentioned in your witness statement that heartstopper mushrooms are marked on the website iForge.
Yes, but it's not always accurate.
Okay, so if someone looked at iForge, they could find exactly where Artemis Grove, the deadly mushrooms grow.
Yes, but it
Okay,
says
so
that
you said spores get on clothing just from being in the area where mushrooms grow.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
You said spores can get on clothing just from being in the area where the mushrooms grow.
Yes.
But you also stated that a light breeze would scatter the spores scattered spores, right? And you witnessed it.
Yes.
For a lot of spores to be found in one specific spot on the jacket sleeve, like a cuff, or more likely the sleeve had contact against the mushroom itself.
Yes, that is
Okay,
correct.
so finding those spores on the jacket cuff suggests close contact with mushrooms, not just walking past it. Yes?
Yes.
You testified the heartstopper mushroom has a white cap, correct?
I'm so sorry, could you repeat that question?
You testified that the heartstopper mushroom has a white cap.
No, I did not testify.
Okay, again, in your statement, okay, you described heartstopper mushrooms as having a white cap. And getting back to your Vana, you're direct, okay? You started along the path, you're looking down at the mushrooms, okay?
Yeah.
But then you let it drift, you went on from there, saying, well, if we look at these from the top,
Yep.
how are they so similar, okay? And I thought you had questions about that in earlier versions of your questions.
I asked her, I remember the
Yeah,
similarity,
see,
like,
you
that's
asked
what the
it,
difference
if the side versus the top, okay, that's a good setup, and they say, if we look at these from the top, are they even less distinguishable? Okay? Okay, so in your statement, you testified to what? Diana, while we're all stopped, what's your,
Is his previous, question, did someone object for speculation?
It should have.
Yeah, I was gonna object, but I.
But you might. Okay.
And so that's why, and also, you have to let her answer.
Yes.
Oh, I did, it's just that once it goes off.
But,
But you can be objected to for being argumentative.
right, you have to let her answer, and, cause like, you're kind of like, you're jumping her, right? Before she, if you can say like,
I mean,
if she wants to trail off, you can say, so your answer is yes. If you specifically ask her a question, yes or no, yes, but, whatever it is, say, okay, so the answer is yes, you can move your strike is not
yes,
responsive,
it's
right?
because before they also say, no, I can always interrupt them when after they say yes.
I think
You
should not be interrupting.
Abraham, it's like if the attorney is asking a witness a question and they start talking before the attorney's done with their question.
And then, so, but I mean, just be cautious of it, okay? I mean, that's probably a better question for spacing right now, for Carlos or for Michelle to answer. And then Vanna, when he's asking like, isn't it true that there's locations at, these are marked at those locations? Like, well, yes, that's true, but, and I think there's the next question was like, so you can find out exactly where it is? Then I think you can say no, right?
Yeah.
You can say, no, you can't, and then that's when you can say what you were trying to say the first time, you just gotta listen to the answer, okay? And also, you have to be confident that like, if he's cutting you off before you can explain, you still have a rebuttal. And that's when defense or prosecution, when you're watching the cross, you need to pay attention, because if there's something the witness can't explain about a question and the way it's asked, then you get a bunch of points when you stand up and be like, it seemed like you wanted to explain something, right? When you're being asked about this. What was the, you know, when you were asked that, what was it that you wanted to explain about it? And then that's the time when you get to answer that question, okay?
You, in your witness statement, you said that heartstopper mushroom has a white cap,
Yes.
and you described it something found like an egg-like cocoon.
Yes.
No further questions, John.
Redirect.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
Dr. Dunne, is it possible for someone to survive eating a heartstopper mushroom?
The answer for that is that yes, but there's many, just say yes, am I able to say that? Because
Well, I
there's
didn't
like-
hear an
I'll do it
objection.
We'll be
fast.
leading.
No, I didn't.
We'll be leading.
Because the answer for that is that there's still a lot of problems towards the body even with it. Like even a small spike can kill someone. So that's why I'm wondering if.
What people have.
Starting a question with is it possible is not a good idea.
not a good idea. What were you trying to ask?
I'm
What was the question again? Let me hear it again.
Like, is it possible for someone to survive eating a heartstopper?
Why would you ask that?
Because they can. And it's, because I'm trying to kind of get back to the point of like his liver issues is kind of like.
And also the fact that they found remnants of the heartstopper mushroom under the sink, meaning that he didn't eat all of the heartstopper mushroom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could also leave that in
Okay,
there.
so
Because otherwise, I feel like I don't really have